If you or someone you know is in a domestic violence situation and needs help, if you're in the States, you can call 1-800-799-SAFE or text START to 88788. If you're in Canada, dial 211 for community resources.
I'm Alex Howard.
And I'm Amanda Silver, and this is Dirty Laundry.
And today's a heavy one.
It's a heavy one, and we want to start with the trigger warning.
Yeah, so just a heads up, we're going to be talking about domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking,
violence.
Lot of heavy but incredibly important information. If you are not in a place where you can hear it, please don't. Please protect yourself first and foremost. If you can, it's so incredibly important to listen, to share, to talk, to destigmatize, to open the doors to keeping women and children safe. And so with that, we have on our show today, Cait Alexander. Survivor, founder, changemaker,
advocate.
Yes.
Just no nonsense, just taking abusers down one by one. She really is.
She's done with it.
And on a macro level as well. She's making legislative change. She's currently suing the federal government. This is a powerhouse, and you're about to hear her story. So welcome, Cait.
So Cait Alexander, welcome to Dirty Laundry. We are so delighted to share this, hopefully next hour with you. Your story is so powerful and terrifying and clearly life-changing. Can you share a little bit?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Thank
This is so fun. I love the pink microphones and I love the name. Just when you said Dirty Laundry, I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, actually, what do you want to know? Because I got
air it all out. Yeah. We're here for it.
There is a subject matter, and it's not necessary.
Yeah.
We'll get there. Something just transpired this week. So
okay.
Not necessarily with me, but with a whole lot of women in downtown Toronto. So we'll get to that. But I thank you for the introduction. I arrived as an advocate, not meaning to. I, about 15 minutes away from here, was nearly killed July 31st, 2021 by my ex-partner. And it was a 7-month relationship where everyone thought we were going to get married and turned out to be a diabolical mess, monstrous situation. Lucky to be alive. And he beat me nearly to death that day. So I do not know why I'm alive, but I'm here and I'm angry, and it needs to be alchemized into something.
Yes,
into
use
something
that
healthy
anger for positive. Yes.
The scariest part about the entire situation was not only being nearly beaten to death, but I'm alive for my friends because when he was around 4:30 that evening, it sort of started up. He started trying to burn my handbags on the stove. He lit up the gas and and that's how the argument started. And then he couldn't find his car keys and he blamed me for it. And that's why he thought that I should die. So
a logical next step.
Yeah, just
totally.
That makes sense.
We go from A to Z really fast.
Yeah.
So you two are living together, which is, I think, quick, or it felt good. Like
7 months in?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've been dating and married to the same person since 23. So
since she was 23,
out of the loop. Yeah. But yeah, so leading up to this moment,
it was COVID. Let's set the stage there.
Okay.
Perfect.
I was living in Yorkville by myself. It's December, January. It's cold. It's dark. We're lonely.
Yeah.
Had gotten out of a relationship about 8 months prior, and I was actually in a really good place in my life. I went to, a lot of people got drinking on COVID. I went to therapy. So, I was like, my industry, the film industry started opening back up a bit. Somehow we were deemed an essential service. Don't ask. I mean, everyone needed content. So
maybe you know what? I can see how that's essential for people's mental health.
For entertainment.
It's a 1930s like wartime decision or something.
Stop.
I'm not kidding. There's some documentation that
real.
like the convenience store
during the Depression, they probably need to bring people out of their
entertainment
was an essential service.
That's exactly what it was.
I feel like this makes sense. Otherwise, people are going to go run amok and do things to each other that
Light
they shouldn't be doing.
on fire?
Well, that and then some.
Yeah. So the fire trucks, the police, and the entertainment industry all got the green light.
They're all essential.
Yeah. Again, logical things. But so we were working, and I was in a good place, and I met the last night before lockdown in 2020. I was at Casimoto.
Yeah.
And then we ended up at a house party, and it was his house. I guess he took a liking to me. I was more interested in his dog. They were all doing whatever, and I just took the dog for a walk. It was snowing, and I don't know. I just really, really liked the dog, and he got my number off somebody and kind of pursued me a little bit, and I was like, whatever. I don't really know. And then after Christmas happened, and I realized I wasn't going to be with my ex long term for sure, I was like, all right, I'll go out for dinner with you at your kitchen table because it's
that's where dating was.
That is the only option.
Yes. When I dated during COVID, it was someone's kitchen table.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He brought his friend and another female to like play the card of you're safe.
Interesting.
So
calculated now in hindsight.
So calculated.
Damn.
Scary calculated. And these moments of grandiose, like you're safe, you're protected, like all of those feelings. And so in where we were all at psychologically was, comfort and care and people. And here's this person who's like, oh, my son loves you. Oh, why don't you just move in instead of like, what is the point in doing all of this? And so I did relatively quickly, I would say.
Yeah.
The problem with that during COVID, people fall in love and they get together, and that's just what's meant to be. The problem with that in COVID is there's no social boundary, right? You don't have that social buffer or that see that person out in public.
See how they act
in real
life
with other women in their life.
Yeah.
For example, a waitress.
Yeah.
I was just going to say the waitress one. The server is the best sign of how...
Maybe waitress isn't PC anymore.
It's not.
But I said it specifically because I meant a female.
Yes.
I meant how they interact with females out and about.
Females that are in the service
in a position
role.
Where the power imbalance is off. Yeah.
So it really became... It was a prime time for people who like to hurt other people and abuse other people because they had complete control of the environment.
Yeah, right.
He could completely show me only what he had to show me in this without any peripheral vision of anything else. And
very curated.
100%. Yep.
One siloed lens only.
Crazy. And so my family started, coming over. He didn't drink. He didn't use drugs. He was the father of the year. Right. You're the woman of the house. We're getting married. This is on. I was like, okay, I guess we're, I wanted those things.
Instant family, if you will. Like it's like instant family, a dog and a kid and like the husband. And it just seems all too good to be true.
Very fairy tale. Yeah, very fairy tale. But things happen. Good things happen. I'm not jaded in that capacity. And so it escalated, and then mid-May, my birthday, my girlfriends came over, and that's when the wheels started to come off the bus. It was very, very quick. The demise was very quick. He was physically violent on a few different occasions prior to the sort of massive day. The first time it was ever prominent was at the end of May. We had a people over COVID pool party type of thing, and he for some reason was obsessed with throwing a lawn chair from our property over to the neighbor's adjacent property. It was like we stopped him 3 times. Wow. And then he was successful on the fourth time. Like we don't know. I just remember the visual. I'm like, why? Like, what is going on here?
Interesting.
Was this out of anger or like?
I have no idea. He was out of his mind.
But not on alcohol or drugs.
A substance.
He was drinking, but like.
Weirdly, that urge doesn't come. Yeah.
Assuming
Never
you
had
drink. Assuming you had cocktails.
I've had a cocktail.
A few cocktails or a bottle of wine. Yeah. I mean,
still no lawn chair throwing.
Still have never done that in my life.
No.
He did that, and then he grabbed a mason jar and broke it on the pool deck. And we have a dog, so I started cleaning it up, and then he kicked me into the glass. And then that precipitated a fist fight with his buddies. And then that all became kind of the premise of the beginning of the end. So he apologized for that. We went to we couldn't go very far. We went to Quebec to a spa, and he was intoxicated again, and I was driving the car for that, and he grabbed my head and smashed it in the driver's side window. And
while you're driving?
I just stopped.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Jeez.
And
again, out of nowhere, he's just drunk and angry about something.
I have voice notes where everything's totally fine. And then in one instance, he will just be raging, violent, verbally abusive. Like it'll be, we're sitting here and then he'll just have like a
erupt.
Like completely insane. You have no idea what's going on.
We try too hard, I think, to justify or try to explain.
To understand,
I think we want to understand it, but it's not logical.
No, it's not
rational. It's not normal.
Yeah. But I think, the need to comprehend, to understand, because we're looking for what was our part in this? Did we do something wrong? Was there some extenuating circumstances so that we can forgive maybe and continue this relationship? I don't know.
It's just a very not well, angry individual.
Clearly not well.
I'm not being a doctor, but here's my medical diagnosis. These dark triad, Machiavellian psychopaths, so antisocial personality disorder narcissists don't need a reason and they get pleasure out of it. And so he doesn't need an instigating factor.
Right.
It just will happen. And so that's what's very dangerous about it, right? Because there is no
the unpredictability.
But it's the predictability is actually in their actions. It's actually unpredictable predictability because it's going to loop through that cycle again. It's just a matter of when.
So
and
are you just waiting? Like, are you just waiting for the other shoe to drop all the time?
Oh, constantly.
How long did you live like this in this fear?
6 or so weeks, like 6 to 8 weeks. End of May was the first time physical violence and those sort of altercations before that. And then July, the reason why he tried to kill me was because I was actually trying to leave.
You were leaving.
That's the most dangerous position for women, is when they are trying to leave.
I think it's 75% of murders happen after they've left. Some insane statistic like that.
And even higher if they're pregnant.
Yeah, it's something crazy.
It's
like
very
that.
high.
The most vulnerable time.
Yeah.
And that's why I hate that question. Well, why did you stay?
Oh my God, no.
I stayed because that was actually the thing that was saving my life in the long term.
Exactly.
And I don't think you should have to explain that, because anyone who understands what survivors have been through should know.
People don't understand.
Or have the sensitivity. PSA, don't question someone why they stayed. It's like, good for you for getting out, because it is not so easy, because there's so many things. It's so complex. You stayed to save yourself, probably, because you were terrified. Yeah,
and his kid.
The hardest part of the whole thing.
When there are kids involved, and they're not yours, so you probably felt that this child was at risk too.
Yeah, well, he called me his second mom. I know the kid was at risk because I watched him hurt the kid in front of me sometime. So there was incidences of that, and the child was aware of his dad's pattern of behavior, because I have texts of the kid, saying to me, "Hey, go call the police. Please call the police on my father."
God.
Like, the kid knows.
Oh my gosh.
He knows.
Yeah. People don't just abuse their partners; they abuse the children too.
And is the mom still in the kid's life?
So she and I were always very comfortable with each other. She, I think, had hope that I would be the turning factor for this finally, but she's suffered for decades because of him. And it's ongoing. And there was a woman after me who fled to another country as well. Very, very dangerous. And he lives same place.
Oh my goodness.
So fucked.
Yeah.
Still just walking around, just nearly killing people.
No
NBD.
consequences.
Is he dating? Is he?
We kind of keep tabs on my neighbors.
You have to.
Everybody,
It's pretty freaking scary to know that he's out there and he's.
And you're so vocal about your story. How do you feel recounting? Like, this isn't just, I went shopping last weekend and, had a glass of wine with a gal pal. Like, this is your life.
I was struggling with being inauthentic for so long because being in the entertainment industry and having, the aspects of that where I'm public facing and showing people a certain image, which is so inaccurate. It was actually a relief to be able to be honest.
Yeah.
It was on it. I couldn't take the secret anymore because I felt like I was protecting him, and that was right because he hates this.
But you've also been a voice not just for yourself, but for so many others.
Yes. Okay, tell us about trying to sue the government, because I'm here for this.
Wait, we're getting
there.
We're not getting it. No, we're getting
it.
Wait, she hasn't. We have to get to the climax of the story, which is what had happened to her on July 31st.
Okay, all right, you're right.
You know, we need to hear what happened, and then we go. Then
okay, all right. It's been shared.
Stand down, soldier.
So it's been shared. I appreciate the enthusiasm because it is actually kind of fun.
Like, yeah, let's sue the government.
Literally, like probably exactly like that. I was like,
go get
patriarchy. We're suing you all.
Oh my god, like
anti-establishment.
You fake feminists. The July 31st came home. This has been shared 100 times. You know, it's came home from shooting a Hallmark movie at 8:00 in the morning. We were on nights, so I was exhausted.
A Hallmark movie where everything is perfect.
I was going to say the
irony.
Out at the farm in Barrie.
You have your love of your life.
Talk about juxtaposition.
The irony of that, like not to make light of what happened that day, but the irony of the Hallmark movie, which is just so not realistic.
Perfect.
But continue.
Yeah. Actually, that's no one's ever put that correlation together. This is the first time that's been drawn very specifically.
Lots of first time dirty laundry.
I didn't even
put that together.
Well, it's just so intense, all of it. So it came home and he was awake. So I guess he had been partying all night. He always got weird when I went to work. He did not like. He wanted me to be successful to make him look good, but then didn't like the successful part of being successful. Yeah,
where you had some independence and a life and. You know, it shows a lot of control, probably jealousy there too. Like,
every time I went to set,
there's probably.
Every single time there was something weird went on. So I came home and went to bed as best as I could, and then he woke up. I woke up, made lunch, started taking pictures of stuff. Like I have random weird photos of like the lunch I made for no reason. Don't know what this is. Like don't know that, and then I think he had been drinking, obviously. I don't know, whatever. And then he started up with the handbag thing because he couldn't find the car keys. So he just lit the stove and he's like
your like Chanel's or your
everything. Yes.
Like
the 10, whatever.
We're talking very expensive items.
Yeah, okay. But he wouldn't do it because he'd be liable for it. So he would it was like a tease. He'd get so stick.
Who even
like who thinks like that?
I'm just trying to understand. Like
it reminds me of a cat that has its paws on the mouse's tail.
Okay.
And the mouse is just terrified. And the cat's just fucking with the mouse because it can.
Because it can.
Because it can. Because it's a game to the mouse. To the cat.
This is a game. This was a game.
Yes.
How far can I push her
before she snaps?
I want to see the rise, and then I'm going to blame her for the reaction.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh, you get experts in narcissism. Lord have mercy.
We've had a lot of guests on.
Am I talking to myself? Yeah.
Honestly. we both launched our private practices during COVID, which was, as you are well aware, the highest incident rates of domestic violence, right? People were literally trapped with their abusers, much like you were. And so, we've seen too much.
A lot. Yeah,
in fact.
Too much. Now we want to see change.
And now we're here for change.
Now we're here for change. Yeah.
Now we are like, okay, cool. We did that. We're done with that.
We're done with it.
We need to change things. So
we're done with this. The status quo ain't quoing.
This is not
working. No. Everybody. There's 101 ways to do this better because this is awful.
Yes.
Yeah. So the handbags. I obviously got upset. I don't know, semi-normal reaction. Like might be warranted.
Yes.
And then he's like, I can't find my car keys. And there's a lot of the videos that you can hear him like, where are my keys? Where are my keys?
So you're recording.
I started to after the first like physical assault. So, he's a 6'3", 230-pound dude. I mean, there's no chance. My stunt double, who is a black belt in 17 different things. I'm not saying that properly, but 17 different denominations of
martial arts,
of all the BJJJ XYZ. Sorry guys. Sorry Gary. He's our trainer in LA. But I asked her, she's about my size.
Yeah.
And I was like, so what, like, would you have been? She's like, Cait, a freight train of a man full of testosterone and rage wants to harm a skinny female, even if like the way to. Why do I always make this comparison because men will understand this? Why do they have different weight classes for boxing?
Exactly.
By 5, 10, whatever their increments are, because it makes a difference. I was 112 pounds.
Pick on someone your own size.
Oh my gosh.
I was.
So you have 100 pounds of difference.
Yeah.
100.
You don't
plus.
stand a fucking
and
chance.
And the muscle and the rage and
and I think that's it. It's also the adrenaline.
But there's also biological differences between a man and a woman, and you're just at risk because of that.
Yeah.
Simple.
And it's just.
So you
It's
start
terrifying.
recording as what? Just to like, I guess what I'm trying to get at is this like am I being gaslit? Am I going crazy? Are we happy and I'm imagining this? Or is it, no, I'm absolutely unsafe and I need to have evidence one day?
By the time of I was already covered in blood by the time I got the,
Did you think this was like it?
Yeah.
And you're like, this is what I'm leaving behind?
Yeah.
So that he can't get away with what he's doing.
It was a
like
trail.
It was a trail. It was like. I can't even imagine what that was like being in that position to feel like you're gonna die.
No, how lucky that we can't imagine.
No, I know. Thank God, but I just, it seems like a movie, and maybe that's insensitive to say, but it's just like, how do you?
It seems unreal.
It does seem unreal.
Yeah.
Like, how does
this
your
person
brain...
who you live with, who you love, who you're intimate with, and you're vulnerable with, who has told you presumably he loves you back, and then this is what that manifests as? Like the also, I would imagine, internal like juxtaposition of these words and these actions don't match. And like the feelings and I mean, I know that's the cycle, that's the the love bombing afterwards and all of that. It's so prescription based. Like everyone has the same playbook, which is so shocking to me. But where's your head at in all of this?
Those moments?
Yeah, because this is your partner, the person who's meant to keep you safe, theoretically, with his additional 100+ pounds, right? And instead, this is how he behaves.
You're not thinking about the violence at the time.
Interesting.
It's not about that. It's how do I stay safe and alive and how do I diffuse the situation? It's constantly about them, which is what they want, right? You're, and this is where fight, flight, freeze, fawn, those involuntary, non-prefrontal cortex, completely primitive.
Just survival mode.
That's why survivors, that's why people in those moments do things that make absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
But actually are the thing that's saving their life.
Yeah, no,
because if we walked through this logically, it'd be like, leave the house.
Right.
Get out of the door. Why didn't you call?
And this is why people ask, why did you stay? Why didn't you call? You're like, I'm in survival mode.
And what I did saved my life.
Yeah.
So
what did you do?
We keep cutting her off. Sorry.
Once things really, really escalated, I mean, I was already cut up. It was already, I can share the photos and videos with you. But I ran to my laptop because he had taken my phone. So I didn't have a device to call.
There's no landline.
No, we don't have landlines. Right.
That's also...
And if he saw me calling somebody, don't you think he'd fucking kill me?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
not an option.
So literally ran to my laptop, almost like that, and went on WhatsApp. The first conversation, I said, please help. And it happened to be a director friend of mine of 10 years from Bell Media. And it just said, please help. I spelled please incorrectly. And I sent that, and I got on the photo booth app, which I don't even know how to access that, and took as many pictures and videos as I possibly could within that time frame, and listening for him to come into the room.
You must have just been...
Oh, you're like you're
shaking
out of your mind, hysterical, and you can hear him in the background calling my name.
And all this was recorded.
Yeah, I have 40, 50 videos, photos of all of this, and I took pictures of the scene of the crime with my laptop, like this, like it went on for about 4 hours.
Oh my
god! Holy shit!
So
to be in like that level of terror for that long.
I'm alive because I had to give up. If I fought him back, I wouldn't be here right now. He got so much pleasure out of the argument and the reaction and being able to disfigure me and have the power over me that you just let him. You go quiet and you just take it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. That's the freeze moment. And you don't feel it.
Yeah.
It's in the quiet moments afterwards. I mean, there was a time around 7:30 where I was covered in blood. He went down. I thought it was done. Like there was enough of a stillness that I was like, I'm gonna go have a shower.
You thought
Wow.
the
This has got to stop at some point.
had just stopped. It had gone out of his system, if you will, and he was,
Wow.
Yeah, we're in this. We should be in the next phase by now. It's been a while. I went to the shower, and it's like a horror movie. It you know, there's the white shower and the heat and the red just running down.
oh my God.
Like the whole, and you can't wash blood out of your hair. It bonds to the follicles even using shampoo. So like you literally can't even get clean.
Oh my God.
It's something I discovered in
I
that
was just saying,
moment.
I did not
No
know
one
that.
should ever know that.
You smell it and you just feel it and you can't get the clumps out of your hair. And so I that made me so angry because it's like I can't even fix this.
Can't even get rid of
right?
this.
And so, but then he started up again. I had changed, put on a
Wow.
pink house coat, pair of jeans, and then he started up again, and it just kept going. And like a normal psychopath, he went out and walked the dog.
Oh my God.
And it's so, you said something really interesting, and I've stated the exact same thing. They are the same individual. Doesn't matter the socioeconomic background, doesn't matter the race, doesn't matter the age. They are the exact same patternistic, like I can tell you what they're going to do next thing. And that is scary. And but the survivors and victims are all walks of life, which is something sort of destigmatizes the issue as something that only happens in the back alleyway in the dark corner with poor people.
This
and
like junkie single mom is, getting beat up.
She comes from a broken home.
Yeah.
Nope. This happens so pervasively. I mean, 50 to 60% of the women that we serve at the organization are in upper middle class neighborhoods.
And do you think that's like trying to, as you said, like not cover it up, but hide, right? Like, is there some inherent shame that, oh, I let this happen to me and therefore I have to just, keep it behind closed doors?
It's hard.
Until it gets to that breaking point where you simply can't. You have to ask for help.
Because your external environment and that relationship, you're like, okay, this is beautiful and nice and safe and the good neighborhood where the good people are.
Yeah.
And that is not fact. So it's almost, it's not harder, but it's the dichotomy of that is so vastly, the split is so extreme that it doesn't make it any easier.
Yeah.
Because there's also that keeping up with the Joneses.
Absolutely.
Well, am I not believing this because this is supposed to be a safe neighborhood? So maybe it's actually, there's a little bit of self-gaslighting in there.
Yeah, of course.
And there's a lot of people with some people get their power and money by being abusive.
Yeah.
It's very prevalent.
Yeah.
And so this is not a witch hunt. This is not against this is not against men. This is against abusive people.
Yeah.
Female as well. This is not a gendered issue. Yeah. Obviously, there's more male violence committed against women. That is a huge, huge discrepancy. But this is against abusers and the pattern of abuse. And what can we do to hold those people accountable so that we can keep people who don't commit those things safe?
And so where's your family in all of this? You've mentioned them. Are you close with them? Are they kind of standing by? Are you hiding this all from them?
I hid it from them until I couldn't. Okay. So after everything had happened, I got out of the hospital. He went on the run for a few days. He knew it was a long weekend in August. He knew not to turn himself in until the Monday night because he would have spent 2 nights in jail instead of 1.
He was charged with
So
what, eight
calculated.
different charges?
8
8 different
counts.
counts.
Yeah,
of
not
stuff.
at that exact moment,
Okay.
but over the course of that year, once all the evidence started coming out, they just added. So in 2 different levels of court, Superior Court and Provincial Court.
Okay.
And it was all stayed.
Wow. On what term?
How?
How? First of all, he was let out, he was let out on bail, like on a recognizance.
$500 for the next.
$500.
Fuck off.
And was there a protection order put in place?
No,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on
Hold on, I'm just trying to
$500 bail after nearly murdering someone.
So you in Canada.
In
you can
Canada.
put someone in the hospital.
With somebody who clearly has more than $500, right? Like, don't they try and base it on?
No, they should make it more so you can't get
That's
out.
what I'm saying.
It should be $500,000.
Relative to income. It should be relative to income.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Or relative to the crime.
Well, either way, $500 is neither of those. Fuck. Okay, sorry.
Okay,
Keep
so
going.
that's a problem. A.
Problem A.
Problem A is the amount, so that makes it easy for someone to get
Yeah.
on bail. And then the other problems, which are many.
The bail itself, the fact that he is out on bail
Even
and
has bail,
started
yeah.
stalking me, and so
Oh my God.
I was at Cafe Nervosa on August 30th or about a month after, and he started circling around. And I was like, you know what? I think I need to leave the country.
Yeah.
And I moved to California. So,
But the order of protection, you could have called the police, and then
So
they would.
what?
And then what?
what would they have done?
I don't know.
Let him out on bail again?
$500? That's
It'll be
all he
$250 this
needs.
time.
Yeah. Oh, it was only stalking? $50.
Right? No, it's like 10. If 500 is for almost murder.
Oh my God.
Oh my God! So you leave the
And
country.
also just the audacity. Like, this is how you know that this is not a mentally sound human who's like, I'm gonna just walk around the block and stare at you. And
But are we giving this person like a pass by saying they're not mentally sound? Because there's just so many people who do
Well,
this.
I don't want to
people.
make it an excuse. What I want to say is I'm using this as a way to alleviate some of the guilt for maybe those that are blaming themselves. That are like, well, if only I hadn't not put his car keys where I should have, like that's what I don't want
Yeah.
is the victims to be self-blaming. And so I think it's easier maybe to be like, well, he's fucked.
Right.
You never stood a chance. Like, it's not you.
Right.
I think that's what I'm trying to do.
It's not you. This person, for whatever reason, is fucked.
Yes.
Yes.
And well, you answer this question because that's why we're here. But like, if it wasn't you, it would have been somebody else. No, he has a history. Since you, there has been others.
It
like
still
there's
can
a
be.
pattern. It's again. It's just I want to alleviate the maybe victim blaming by going like, you were the right person at the right place at that time.
And Violence Everywhere, my charity, we serve survivors of intimate partner violence.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah,
I know.
no,
Sorry.
No. I'm
Yeah.
parlaying it into it. So 99% of these people you would want to be friends with. They are empathetic, kind, intelligent, beautiful, gentle, great mothers, on and on and on and on and on. Abusers like to watch the fall.
Yeah.
They always pick someone in some type of pinnacle. They always pick someone who has empathy, because why else? Who else would forgive them?
So true.
So true. It's the playbook that you see
It is
over and
identical.
over again.
It's a recipe, and they follow it to the T, and they all do it. They're identical people. Doesn't matter. As we just said earlier, social, economic, race, whatever. Nothing. They're identical. And so, yeah, it's that is why people, well, how could it happen to that girl? For she's from a good family. Actually, it's probably more likely to happen to someone who is empathetic and kind and nice, because otherwise, how would a narcissistic abuser, those diagnoses do exist for a reason, because these are real tangible things. And we mentioned the dark triad, the Machiavelli, and so antisocial personality and psychopathic, and they get pleasure out of it. And there's a distinction between those various diagnoses, but it all falls under the same things. And so those are the identifiers. And I really think that if the world destigmatizes and helps us understand that we actually need to protect the kinder people. We need to, and it's not you're not gullible. your brain doesn't know what to do in the moment until it knows what to do in the moment. There's no plan for this. Like, so someone's killing you. Someone's killing you. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Ask any.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Ask a guy. Be like, yo, bro, what do you do? Well, I fight him back. Well, what if he's got a knife? Well, then I try to, and they'll try to logically work through it. But you can't.
No. In the moment, you're not being logical, as you said.
And so how do we make changes? How do we protect these people? This episode was written and created by Alex Howard and Amanda Silver, produced, edited, and engineered by RTF Productions. Make sure to rate and review our show if you loved it, and give us a follow on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you stream your podcast to stay up to date on all upcoming episodes. Thanks for listening, and go easy on us. We're not your ex.